All right, so welcome everyone. It is June the 28th, and we're doing the first of a new series of The Journey Within, how things work in the higher realms. And we're going to be reviewing and learning all about universal laws, dimensions, and blessings and virtues, divine qualities, and all connected to a 13 chakra system. It's the information that was channeled through Linda Dillon from the Council of Love, and it's really beautiful. And it's helps us with our ascension process. So with that, let's just jump right in. I've got a slideshow all prepared. Okay. So there we go. We're going to be doing these classes on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. PST and Fridays 7 p.m. PST. And Fridays often is a review. It's a good time to ask questions. But if you have any questions as we go along through the slideshow, just raise your hand. You can click at the bottom of the screen. There's a hand that you can raise and ask a question. If there's anything that you'd like to make a comment or a question is fine. I do not mind that. I welcome the questions. Okay, so this is just the title page for the blessings and virtues, which are divine qualities, universal laws, our dimensional reality, the love within and without that we're all learning to embody deeper and deeper. And we have a lot of help on the other side. Sanat Kumara is keeper of universal law. He is our planetary logos and universal logos. He's very present. And also the Divine Mother. It's her whole guidebook that we'll be studying. She's put together the system for us, connected to a 13 chakra system, as you can see in this little picture right here, from root to crown. There's actually a few more above, but we're not going to go into those ones too much. And we're really learning to balance within the physical form in our self-love and self-worth. So embodied within the chakra system is all this information. It's so beautiful. Lots of healing within the colors and the rays and the information that's embedded within the chakra system. So if you're interested in more written information on my website, voiceoffreedom.ca, it's a Canadian website. I'm in Vancouver, British Columbia. As is Steve, he is the editor-in-chief of the Golden Age of Gaia. So the information goes back and forth between my site and his site. And mine is more how things work in the higher realms. So it's basically the audios from the radio show where the messages came through. So you can listen to the channeled messages if that's of interest. And there's lots of written information as well. So about 13 universal laws, 13 blessings and virtues, and the 12 dimensions connected to a 13 chakra system. So as I have been studying this information for the past 10 years, since 2013, when it came through, what I found was my whole way of being changed. And what was most remarkable was that a society sprang up around me and I started volunteering with women in recovery. So that's what this is down here. This is a door to everything, the society that is around me. And we go to different recovery centers and volunteer. This is where we were with a group of girls with therapeutic horses. That was really a really interesting outing. So we did that quite a few times. That's me in the background. But on my site, so when you click on the circles, this is the Sacred Insights blog. I do card readings as well. This is the golden circle is where all the information is. And then the pink one will take you to the Zoom links for the slideshows on Wednesdays and Fridays, also meditations and any information. So, and this is the whole system. I actually made this chart back when the information came through. It was downloaded into me by Archangel Gabriel. So I put this together, and this is what I've been studying for 10 years. And it's remarkable information. It looks very complicated, but it's not. It actually gets simpler and simpler the more we study it. And as you can see, it's from the root chakra. So that's the base of the spine, that deep ruby red. It goes up into the pubic, the sacral, which is the tummy, the umbilical, the solar plexus, the halion, which is right below the heart. This is a connection to our star family, the heart chakra, the high heart. This is a new color. It's called saroon. It's like the skin of a peach or a sunset. This is the clavicle. This is the just below the throat, and it's a new color as well. It's called lurion. So these are combinations of rays. These are new colors that we haven't quite seen yet or can see, but they are starting to emerge in the sky. So if you watch the sky, there's beautiful colors coming through, sunrise, sunset, and the throat is cobalt blue. The fourth eye is the color is called gray alsha, and it's a combination of grays and rubies. And the third eye is magenta, a perfect blend of red and blue. And then the crown chakra, the top of the head, is that beautiful purple. So embedded within these colors are blessings and virtues, universal laws and dimensions. And we'll just be going over these one by one very slowly so that the information is simplified. It's not meant to be complicated. And what I've found is the divine masculine, the universal laws seem to be connected to the golden radiance of the sun, and the divine father energy, our knowing, and the blessings and virtues more connected to the water energy, that movement of the water, of the divine mother. So I will always be referencing the sun and the water to help us understand how things work in the higher realms as well. I have put together a book and a deck of cards. If you're really interested in delving into this information, it comes all in a package that I've made. It's just like a little bag, and you get the book, the cards, and the chart as well. And I find it's really easy to remember the different laws and the blessings and virtues and the colors and all that when you have a deck of cards to pull every day and just practice. And I do card readings as well. So on the navigation bar at the top of my site, you can click on that and see more about what that is all about. Okay, so this is actually just a little illustration slide of a few of my cards. There's the blessing virtue of hope. There's the heart chakra, the seventh dimension, and the blessing and virtue of joy. And these are some of the other decks that I use, and just illustrating how important our meditation practices are. Just that sitting still and listening to our guides, to our circles full of masters and angels and beings that are helping us, our star family, helping us ascend in form. So from within comes so much information. I highly recommend a consistent meditation practice. And as you can see, these are meditation cards, but you can see how fast we fly when we sit in meditation. It's not really being just in the stillness. There's so much happening inside of us. So it's a wonderful place to sit still. And then from that stillness, we begin to embody that beautiful ability to be the observer of everything. And I loved what this painting said. What matters most is how well we walk through the fire. And that's on a wall. It's a giant painting a block away from where I live. Okay. This picture was taken the day after my father passed away, December 13th, 2022. And I was traveling to his house across the water, and all this light came down from the heavens and lit up the ocean. And it was the most beautiful, beautiful. I jumped out of the car and took a photo of it. And it's just such a lovely embodiment of the golden radiance of the sun, of the father energy, of the knowing of universal law, and the movement of the mother energy. And what's happening more and more lately is we're moving into the feelings, really getting to know the feelings of the divine qualities, of the blessings and virtues, to create from that platform. And when we're in those feelings, it's just, it's so wonderful. So the meditation piece to feel the mother energy is just remarkable. And our ability to access the different feelings is much easier now than it ever has been. So we're anchoring into our self-worth, that place of gratitude for everything, and self-love as well. And then when that is combined together, we can access the oneness. So it's everything seems to be connected to nature. So it's a beautiful time to be alive on earth right now. Okay, and this is just the alchemy of the breath. It's a little illustration of how when the mother energy of the light, or of the moisture, and the father energy of the light, it's all embedded within the air that we breathe. So literally we are breathing the oneness. And when we're really conscious of that, it's helpful. So every breath, we're breathing the father energy of the light and the mother moisture, and just consciously bringing it into your physical form helps us remember the love and that ability to be compassion, be in the stillness, be in the serenity. So it's all interconnected with nature, our ascension, and the breath, and drinking water, and just knowing that the mother energy is all about her forgiveness of everything, that there is no judgment in the higher realms, there is no punishment. It's anchoring that into our physical form. And that's what one will find in meditation. The deeper you go into the blue energy, into the throat chakra, into the understanding of karmic dispensation, that wonderful forgiveness of everything that's available to us now, that karmic dispensation. And then that going deeper and deeper into our self-worth and being in gratitude for everything. And combining that, the gratitude and the forgiveness, the golden yellow and the blue to create the green. So it's all connected to nature. I often say it's helpful to be like a tree, to be rooted to the planet, and yet as still as a tree, and observing everything, not caught in drama without or within, but it's a practice. It takes consistency and practice. Okay. So and embedded within the heart chakra is that pink energy of the tri-flame, that center flame of the tri-flame, and that is us remembering our divinity. Everyone on earth is divine. We're all angelic. And it's just bringing that to the forefront and remembering that pink is the wholeness of our divinity, our grace. It's self-love and self-worth. It's forgiveness, it's gentleness, it's acceptance, it's awakening, it's bliss. And it is the frequency of joy. And joy often is portrayed as golden yellow, but there's also joy. The joy is embedded within the pink as well, because grace is all the blessings and virtues. So that pink within the heart is an integral piece of our ascension process, just remembering that it's there and embodying that pink energy. And you can see there's a little bit of the silver flame here as well in within the pink, and that silver is the color of truth. So there's truth embedded within the tri-flame in the heart chakra. So there's the blue of the mother and the golden yellow of the father, and they're really spiraling around each other. But again, you can sit in meditation and ask to see the tri-flame and feel the tri-flame. And it's a really, I've learned more just sitting still and contemplating the tri-flame than I think anything. So it's a really good practice to consistently do. And just to remember that we're here to embody and be in our divine masculine and our feminine within the physical form, in love with both energies. So it's really our understanding and our knowing, our forgiveness and our gratitude, our self-love and our self-worth, and just making sure that we're in love with ourself within, being in that space of loving our masculine and our feminine energies within our physical form. It helps with everything. It helps with letting go of all conflict within the self. And then as within, so without. The less conflict we have within, the more it helps the entire planet. It emanates out of us. So the ascension journey is essentially within the physical form, embodying that love, and then as within, so without. The physics of universal law is that as we come to that place of peace within, we create that on planet, and we create a planet of peace. Okay. And then this is just, I always, I love taking pictures of nature. And this was actually above Vancouver, where there's a ski hill above Vancouver. It's called Grouse Mountain. And I was up there maybe, I think this was taken in 2011. And the gold energy was shining on the ocean, but I didn't realize it until afterwards. But there's a great big heart in the sky here, in the clouds. And then there's actually an angel praying too. I don't know if you can see that, but there's an angel praying in the clouds there. Which was, I didn't notice that until well after the picture was taken, but it's so beautiful. It was right around the time when I was woken up to begin this journey. Okay. So this is just a simpler little look at the colors and the chakras and how each of the blessings and virtues is connected to colors and rays. So as you can see, the ruby red root here, and the red chakras, compassion and humility are those red colors. Compassion is a very interesting blessing and virtue because it's actually green as well, and it's that magenta. So it spins in the third eye, it spins in the heart chakra, and it also spins in the root chakra. And compassion is one of those blessings and virtues that the Dalai Lama talks about quite a bit. And he said if everyone understood compassion, the whole world would work. And I have to agree, because it's almost like being able to not judge anything, to be in that frequency and vibration of non-judgment, forgiveness of everything, mercy, the observer of everything, the observer of all your emotions within the physical form, and being able to just witness what is happening on the planet. So as we get triggered, to be able to stand back and just get curious, not furious, and do the letting go, do the processing, come to forgiveness of everything, be that gratitude for everything, fall into the compassion deeper and deeper. So there's no accident, I think, that compassion is embedded in the base of this chakra system, the middle, and at the top as well. This orange here is the color of fortitude, our courage. Amber, the umbilical, the magic, the wonder of awe. The golden solar plexus, right, above the belly button, is our joy, gratitude, balance, worthiness. The halion that spins right below the heart chakra is the blessing and virtue of prudence. Now, prudence is knowing when to step into situations and when to step back. It's our refined balance, and it actually spins below and above the heart. So we've got kind of the water energy below and the golden sun energy above. So prudence is two colors, it's sarun and halion. And then of course the emerald green is love, that is the color of love, and charity. Charity in the higher realms is not necessarily just giving money. It's more like a celebration of compassion and non-judgment and just being in the kindness and the honoring of everyone, consideration. The Lurion chakra, it doesn't actually have a blessing and virtue attached to it, but there's many colors within this. So there's pink, there's blue, so there's grace, there's, hope and peace and forgiveness. There's all kinds of energy embedded within the Lurion chakra. I call it deeper surrender. And then the blue, of course, is that hope of the mother and her peace and forgiveness, trust and faith. And gray alsha, which is the fourth eye, which is right above the throat, and it's the bridge of the nose, is truth and beauty. Beauty is two colors, it's silver and magenta, so it goes up into the fourth eye as well, and that's us being in harmony with everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and being able to be a mirror. So the more we embody the love, we mirror it out to the world. And the third eye, the magenta, deep wisdom, that reverence for everything, compassion, beauty, more deeper beauty. And then the crown chakra is the grace, and grace is the embodiment of all the blessings and virtues, and also our I am presence. And Saint Germain and his violet flame is very present surrounding the crown chakra. Okay, and you can see I've got the diamond energy as well, the blue diamond of the mother, the pink diamond, and the gold diamond here. It's just as we embody these and remember the ways of the higher realms, it's like a diamond energy. From our suffering, we have learned so much here, and we are literally ascending in form. We're doing the work that we would do when we pass to the other side. So if you've read about near-death experiences, a being may pass into the love and feel it, and then it's not quite time for them to be, on the other side. So they come back and they're literally just talking about love, 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 love. And that's what we're doing. We are awakening to the healing that is embedded within the chakra system. And it's love. It's just being in that beautiful kindness to self and then extending it out to everyone. And these blessings and virtues really just help us embody that love. So that's the diamond energy. So the divine qualities, blessings and virtues, the colors and rays are understanding and knowing that help us be compassion, love, non-judgment of everything. And that is the 13th octave. Now, the 13th octave, there is a beautiful meditation that I can highly recommend to do every day. It's on my site. Jesus does a beautiful introduction for it. He calls it the 13th octave initiation. And it is really the 13th dimension. So the 12 dimensions that surround a planet, the 13th one is really called an octave, and it is the heart of one. It is the divine mother, the divine father, the oneness. And this meditation takes you there. To find it on my site, you just go into the bright pink circle. It'll take you to something that says Zoom links for classes, and just scroll down and you'll see this meditation. It's in blue, and just click on that. It is the first one there. There's an audio, and you can just click on that audio. It's about 35 minutes long, but I highly recommend doing it daily if you can. And at night is a good time to do it before you fall asleep. Okay, and then that emerald green of the 13th octave of the love of the mother father one merging, because what they do in that meditation is the divine mother and the divine father merge into the oneness, and it's all around us in nature. I took this picture, this reflection in the water on Bowen Island in last summer, I think, and it was just such a beautiful reflection. It's hard to see where the water starts, but it's right there. And it just made me really realize how beautiful this planet is, and how we're here to see that perfection in nature and just remember that's who we are. That's our self-love and our self-worth in form. And we're seeing that reflected around us all the time. And just to remember who we truly are, that love for self, that love for everyone. And here's a little more information that's embedded within this chakra system. So there's 13 laws, there's 12 dimensions, and starting at the root is the law of sacred purpose. And I think that's the first law that we'll be studying next week. And and there's quite a bit of information about it, but I'll simplify it so that you'll see the information is really beautiful, and it's not meant to be difficult. So this chakra is also connected to the first dimension. So sacred purpose and the first dimension. And then it goes to the law of intent and the second dimension, the sacral, the tummy chakra, which is orange, the law of as within, so without, as above, so below. This is a balanced law in the third dimension. So we are emanating in form in the third dimension. We're cleaning it up of all these old belief systems. And these laws really help us align with how things work in the higher realms to let go of the old belief systems. So the knowledge of the dimensions, the knowledge of the blessings and virtues, they really help us anchor into the love of the higher realms and how things work in the higher realms. The amber, so that's the umbilical chakra, connected to the law of change and the fourth dimension of magic and alchemy. The golden solar plexus, the law of give and receive, and the fifth dimension. I often say it's forgive and receive. The Halion chakra, the law of attachment and detachment, that was taught to us by the Buddha, and the sixth dimension. And Albert Einstein was the one that explained the dimensions to us, and he said that's his favorite dimension. From chaos comes change, and I believe that's what we're in right now as a planet. From chaos comes change. The emerald heart chakra is connected to the law of unification, unity, and the seventh dimension of balance. Archangel Michael has often said that's a favorite place to be because it's so balanced. It's the Christ consciousness energy. It's a place of compassion and love. The Saroon, connected to the law of transmutation, that's bringing all the energy back to original purity in the eighth dimension. That's really anchoring in our self-love and self-worth. The Lurion, the clavicle, connected to the law of instantaneous transmission and transformation, the ninth dimension. Albert said that we all are masters, and that in order to incarnate on this planet, we need to be at least ninth dimensional. So all this information, once the study of it goes on a little, you'll find it's common sense, and it just feels right. That's how I've been feeling about it ever since I've been studying it. And instantaneous transmission is really just reframing the past into gratitude and forgiveness so that we let go of the belief systems. The blue of the throat, that's the karmic dispensation, the knowing that everything is forgiven. And there is a meditation connected to that too, on the 10th dimension. All of these laws have meditations that we'll be going over, and the information embedded within the short meditations, they're about 10 minutes long, really extraordinary. The gray alsha of the fourth eye, the bridge of the nose, the law of attraction and repulsion, and the law of elimination, the third eye. So these two eyes are connected to the 11th dimension of our mastery. And then the crown chakra, the law of completion and continuity. So as we complete levels of learning, there is always more. And that's the 12th dimension. So universal laws and dimensions, again, are vibration and frequency, understanding and knowing, our love and worth, self-love and self-worth. And they help us be compassion, love, non-judgment for everything, and really let go of all those old belief systems that are keep us stuck in the old third dimension. We want our third dimension all cleaned up, the systems all working better, the medical system, the law system, the education system, the political system, and us embodying these laws and dimensional information, growth patterns, and blessings and virtues helps the collective. Because as we begin to really understand and remember them, it just goes out to the collective in our field. Our fields expand. And it's not like we have to walk around explaining them to the general public. It's just that our field is emanating that perfect balance to help them remember who they are. So, and to keep going out into nature and really being that gratitude for Gaia, the long journey that she's been on, millions of years of disarray, and now we have the opportunity to embody how things work in the higher realms, and just remember that nature's always reflecting it back to us, that beauty. A deer is a beautiful symbol of compassion. And I put white outlines around this deer. This again was on Bowen Island. And this deer right here, she was so camouflaged, I almost didn't see her. And I just thought, that's amazing. She's being so still to embody that stillness and that serenity and one with the environment as the observer. And beautiful. Okay. And then I wanted to go a little bit deeper into the universal law of attachment and detachment, because in the meditation, the Buddha actually outlined what ascension is. And then Sanat Kumara in the Law of Unity did the same thing. But the Buddha's list was a little longer, and I thought I'd just include it here because it it just makes it so simple. So the universal law of attachment is about attaching to creations of love. Now, when we start doing our creation work, often up will come feelings of what doesn't work. So that's the detachment part. And then you come back to the attachment. So we're attaching to the bigger picture, to deeper understanding. So it's always attachment, detachment, and attachment again. And the Buddha said that ascension is connected to perfect relationship. Now it can be with, family, friends, but also with our higher selves and our guides, financial abundance, perfect health, happy family, fully embodying mission and purpose, and just being in gratitude for everything. So universal law really is anchoring in that gratitude. And keeping a gratitude journal can be helpful. it really helps us get into the flow. So forgiveness of everything and gratitude for everything creates that love in the heart space. Often when I find lists of things in the meditations, I like to put I am in front of them. And then that helps anchor that right into the physical form. So saying I am perfect relationship can turn into, a really amazing mantra. And then this is just a little bit, just seeing the chakra system from the solar plexus to the throat, anchoring into the self like a tree. I often think of the tree energy, embodying being like a tree, going down to the halion, the water energy, the root system of the tree, going down into the water, the blue of the halion chakra. And just knowing that gratitude is under everything in the fifth dimension, that solar plexus energy, the golden energy. And that is our default. It's there. It's just a matter of releasing all the belief systems so you're into that beautiful forgiveness of self for everything, going right back into lots of past lives as well. This is a very big picture of that goes back many, many lifetimes. So just know that we've all played all the roles, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And our job now is to get to that compassion for everyone and especially self. So, and to be able to send that compassion out to the collective so we all remember that everything is forgiven and it's embedded within our chakra system, within the colors. So it's embedded within the solar plexus, within the halion, the heart, the sarun, the lurion, and the throat. And then all of them. But there you can just see those 6 with a little more clarity. Okay, and then this is just to let you know, like each chakra. So the root chakra, it's compassion and humility. It's the universal law of sacred purpose and the first dimension. And the first dimension is where ideas and inspiration. It's also connected to the void. So each chakra is connected to a dimension, except the third and fourth eye, that's connected to one dimension, universal law, and a blessing and virtue. And it looks complicated, but once you start studying it, it actually isn't. It makes a lot of sense. And it's like a step-by-step way to embody ascension. So, and starting, there's a reason that the root chakra is connected to the law of sacred purpose and the first dimension of ideas. And that the second chakra, the red, is connected to the law of intent and humility, our service, and our service to Gaia. So it's just a step-by-step way to help us with our ascension. Okay. And then this is just a funny picture I found on Facebook. When we hold on to resentment for the past, we feel like we're a victim. It literally can tie us up in knots. Or recently, my daughter was in the hospital for a while, and the hospital system, I feel that if we had more people that understood the forgiveness piece and the gratitude piece and the compassion piece, there would be less illness on the planet. We would let go of, holding on to the past really tightly. Just let it go, come into that place of love for everything. And it's a place of healing and perfect health and nice relationships. Archangel Uriel says, do not underestimate when you stay in that place of centered awareness, understanding joy and gratitude and forgiveness, not wobbling back and forth in uncertainty, which is resentment, lack of self-worth, lack of self-love. You are doing so for many, changing the present to the frequency of joy, to gratitude. So it's basically that gratitude for self can help us let go all those old belief systems There is great wisdom also in being able to sit in the old energy and just let it dissolve, ask it how it's connected to the past. Our guides can explain to us why we have difficulty letting go. They're there, and that's the meditation piece, connecting with our guides and asking them questions. Often it doesn't come through as English, it just comes through as knowing, but that letting go so that we don't tie ourselves up in knots within is a really important piece to our ascension. And just coming to that place of non-judgment of all those old belief systems, so they become light as a feather. When we balance in the blessings and virtues, but the old issues, the sorrow, the shame, the anger, the fear, the ruin, the lack of self-love and worth and separation anxiety and worry and control and guilt and addiction, it all becomes light as a feather because we're in that place of forgiveness and gratitude for the journey. We let go of holding on to the past. And it's also super important. I found this was where I do readings. The fellow that runs the shop, he hung this up, and it was a huge tapestry, and it was these two tigers not looking at each other. And I realized that within myself, I was doing that. I wasn't embracing my divine masculine and my divine feminine like that inside of myself. So this, I wonder how many of us are looking away from each other within, rather than embracing both energies inside the self. And that's actually what the tri-flame within the heart is doing. The energy is spinning around itself. The golden energy tends to spin clockwise, and the blue of the mother, the forgiveness, spins counterclockwise. We wind back the past with forgiveness to create peace within, and then we move forward clockwise in joy. So that energy of the blue and the yellow is actually spinning around itself in the heart chakra. And that's the embrace of the masculine and the feminine energies within the self. And then as we become that and we just emanate it out to the planet, it's such a beautiful thing. So, and we have lots and lots of fields that our etheric fields are continuously expanding the more we understand how things work. So, and as we embody that self-love and self-worth that's embedded within the chakra system, it's a beautiful thing. So that's why the study of these laws and blessings and virtues can be very helpful for our ascension process. And I will be continuing on Wednesdays and Fridays, going deeper into each law and each blessing and virtue and the dimensions. So this will be a long series, and I will be recording each session so we can, if you miss a class and you're really interested, you can just watch the recording. But yeah, so I also have an Instagram account. It's called Cards of Balance, so I'll be posting on there as well. And then my site, it's a .ca site. If you're interested in going into the different audios and listening to the channeled messages and reading the transcripts of the information, it's all there. It's all in this golden circle here. And then, of course, the links to the Zooms for Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays, you'll find it through the pink circle and also on my homepage. Just scroll down the homepage. Okay, so, oh, and the one thing I didn't talk about was the sending love on Mondays. That's the meditation where we just sit still and we breathe love out to the world, and we do some other little exercises, and that's really fun to do too. Okay, so I'm just going to come out of this. All right. And that took 45 minutes. Okay. So it's just an overview of what we'll be looking at for the next many weeks. Mhm. Does anyone have any questions or? Leanne.
Thank you. That was really good, Kathleen. I get the sense that, we've been away from it for a while and now we're coming back to it. I don't know. I just get this sense that it's going to be further integrated into us now. Like I'm excited to, although I have to miss for a while, but I'm excited to get back into it. So thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, that's how it felt. Like that 4 months that I took off, I
Yeah.
learned so much more. It just
Right.
it embodied even more deeply into me. So then I'm able to explain it a bit more simply. Yeah. Mhm. And I hope like the slideshow makes it easier to understand too. Because when you see the visual rather than someone just speaking, I found with the audios, when I just listened to the audios, I wasn't getting it. But when I put pictures to it, it helped. Mhm.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, and Darren, did you have something?
Yeah, I'd just like to add to what Leanne said. I agree completely. I think we are at a different level now. We're at our higher level and it seems to resonate differently.
Mhm.
But I also had a comment, when you showed that picture of the deer there,
Yeah.
what it reminded me of is the stillness we need to have in meditation. We need to be like that deer when we do our meditation and be totally aware of everything that's going on. I think that's a perfect example of how we should meditate.
Mhm. And when I saw that deer, it disappeared. It just disappeared. And I'm so glad I got the picture because it was so camouflaged. It was incredible. Nature is amazing. And I have kind of a funny story because when I go out and do readings, I tend to stand in the corner of a store and sometimes some people can't see me. So you can actually disappear. I don't really know how it happens, but I think the more still you become, I really don't know how it happens, but I'll move and then I'll scare people. Yeah. So you can embody that stillness. And especially it's fun to do it even out in public, just practice. Even if you're at the bus stop or you're in a grocery store, just stand as still as you can to practice being in that stillness. And yet all the energy is moving around you. That's good practice. Yeah. So, okay. All right then. I think we'll probably go over this slideshow again on Friday, but if you have questions, because there's a lot more information that we can speak about in this slideshow on Friday, but bring questions if you're curious about, anything. And then next week, I believe we'll go right into the universal law of sacred purpose. And then we'll spend like 2 days on sacred purpose. So Fridays is a good day if you have questions and we can just pause at each slide and go over it. Okay. Oh, you're welcome, Michael. Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm going to turn off the recording now.